All right, welcome back for our second match of the week here, week two. Wilds of Eldraine feature matches. We got two winners from last week. So we got Adam S here, who has a green based multicolor deck with, we saw last week, quite a few Martian Machine cards. And he's playing Chris York, who actually had the unique distinction. He won two feature matches last week, his scheduled one and an impromptu one. So, Raphael's going to tell us about all what's in his hand over there.
Begrudgingly, I see white black with an evolving wild he's slapping down and a spotted knight and a shadow of the oath in hand. Not seeing the red yet.
Well, you know what those cards do. That is. Oh, he's got a forest. So.
Yeah, it just gets grosser and grosser. What's going on over there?
All right, so yeah, Adam and Chris, they're two longtime veterans. We saw Adam's deck just full of some big top end here. I think he was playing Sultai. Looks like that he's kept on with that. In his hand, he has a bunch of Martial Machine cards. So we gotta we gotta remember these. Yargle and Multani. That's an easy one to remember. We saw it last week. He has Timberland Ancient, which is a forest cycler. Invasion of Zendikar, and then from the recent set, Ferocious Werefox and Obira's Attendants. So.
Oh, is that the neg 4, 3,
yeah.
4?
Yeah, so a little bit of a slow start here, but not really getting punished here on York's side.
So, there's no punishing coming anytime soon. We have about 5 lands in hand with still just the Bespotted and Shadow of the Oath as actual playables. That's it.
Oh,
that's the game.
All right. Well, York needs to draw gas real fast because Adam's coming hard with. Yargo and Multani will probably get killed, but he's got follow ups here with the Werefox and the Attendants.
Yes. I guess it depends if Chris wants to shatter on 6. And also if Adam even just lays down the Yargo right away with this many cards in Chris's hand. I would think he thinks Chris has something good. He doesn't know it's just lands.
Yeah, so he's going after the battle here. This would be a good time to mention, just to talk about sort of the Martian Machine cards, because this has been our most popular, non-base set punishment pack in quite a long time. There's been a lot of people have gone straight to Martian Machine and are going to open it for the duration of the league. So, there's people on both sides of the debate. Where are you landing here?
I don't care about being right this league. I'm clearly here just for fun. I'm going to take Woe, just base Woe, the whole entire league, and just see how it goes. I think there's decisions to be made based off of your opening pool, but that's for the player to decide. I'm not sure exactly what ties you into Bro. Like, if you were to choose Bro, what would be something in your pool that might make you go that way? Or maybe, like, in the Bro cards that would tilt you towards that.
You just have to like Bro. I don't think there's a big reason, but for Martial Machine, just the power level of the cards is so high. If you compare card for card, it's just the power level is really high, and you get a bonus slot that actually does pack a lot of power. On top of the fact that you can also get a rare double faced card, so you can get like 3 rares in a pack, and they could all be like really good. So you can get a double faced card, which could be some of those crazy legends that flip, like a Tally and a few of the others, or a rare battle. You can get a regular rare, and then you could get your legend slot. So, I too was thinking, my pool was like going to be white-black at first, a lot of trinkety sort of stuff, sacking enchantments, stockpile celebrants, bring stuff back. And then I just saw some of the decks that had a few mom packs, Adams and Justin as well. And I was just like, these decks are kind of operating on a kind of another level as far as like what they're capable of. So maybe the synergy is given up a bit, but the power is just super high. So I said, I'll go for March Machine.
Yeah, we'll find out. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens week 5, week 6, when all the dust settles, who's there, and how the decks are performing. I will agree, Mom does look more powerful towards the later parts of the league, just based off the power scaling of the cards and the bombs and the rare, the bonus sheet, and even some of the uncommons are just like, deal with me now, or, be in a world of pain.
I got a punishment pack today, and I got a Luris, first of all. I got a Deep Root Wayfinder, which is that green 2/3 that can ramp you. And even out of the uncommon slot, I got Halo Forager, which is like, behaves like a rare often.
Oh, yeah, they're all very good. I really love the Halo Forager for the extra value.
Yeah, and Lurrus and Halo Forger and a couple other cards of the pack slotted right into my deck. So,
I
yeah.
mean, in these last few turns, as we've seen, Chris has played the Vermin, and he did draw the green white. Is it Armont? Is that what it's called?
Sir Armont,
Sir
yeah.
Armont? Yes.
Yeah, so
Still 3 lands, rocking strong hard there.
it looks like Chris is like firmly in 3 colors. Adam also seems to be. And Chris York, he did finally decide to use a Shatter the Oath. He saw a target he liked, which was a creature with 18 power. So that's it's always a good one to get rid of if you don't want to die quickly.
It's understandable. Does Adam have something in hand?
He has
to
he has the -4/-0 adventure.
Okay, the attendant. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Huh. This is brutal.
So the double block is going to it's not going to completely blow York out of the water here. He's not going to lose both of his creatures, but he will not kill the 4/4, and he will lose the Vermin here unless he has
Correct.
something.
It's the equivalent of chump blocking, pretty much.
Yeah. So it's not a complete blowout, but it does. Adams is in an advantageous spot, and thanks to the flipped battle, he will actually be able to cast his attendants. He only has one blue land, but his 4/4 taps for any color.
That is interesting.
So nice little play there.
Oh. Chris did just draw the Calisel sword, so I'm not sure if this changes much since it is
Calisel sword. You have to pay red though, right?
Yeah, that's a very, very good point.
I mean, you would know that it's a Rakdos card.
I feel like week 1 you would just see like 3 or 4 of them, but in the later parts of this format, I'm rarely seeing them in drafts, so I completely forgot one side was red, one side was black.
So I mean, Chris York is he's not dead. He's at 1 here from the Flyers. If Adam finds any kind of interaction, any removal, anything that pumps power, we will be going to the next game here, unless York is able to remove a flyer.
Yeah, I think York right now is thinking if he wants to just cast the Cell Sword as a 2/2, but he's doing the math to see if there's anything he can do.
It's not getting better for him. That card's not getting better. Right, so Adam's just trying to swamp both players' savage amount of lands here. I mean, Adam did go. He forest cycled and he ramped 2 lands with the invasion, but even with that, he's still drawn a ridiculous amount of lands. But looking to be in his favor, unless York can find something to really get these 2 flyers off the board.
No. Can I ask you any Edgewall in, good sir?
I mean, it's naming red, so there's that.
Yeah, I would say that's unfortunate for York. York just purely drew way too many lands. While Adam still drew a lot of lands, but he ramped in at 2 of his. I believe towards the end of that game, they were both at 10.
Yeah. So we see Adam with this crazy top end here. Thunderous Debut he's playing. The 8-mana spell. Oh. But also his Gruff triplets. His Virtue of Persistence, the Black Virtue. Even Phyrexian Gargantua, that's great top end. Yargle and Multani, so he's got all the hits here, and he's got a lot of early game, lots of 2-drops here to keep him in the game.
Same from this side. I'm not really seeing many good ways to a Gruff triplets coming from.
Yeah, blue is his. Blue is a splash here. He's just playing Quick Study, which is the draw spell, I guess, just for some a little bit of card advantage. He's got the Obira's Attendants and the Twining Twins.
Oh, is that the destroy target tap creature?
No, it's the rare one. You blink something.
Okay.
And then it's a 4/4 flyer. And he's got tons of fixing here. Double Prophetic Prism. He's got Portent Tracker. He's got Blighted Burgeoning. Probably got a couple others I didn't catch. But
question: if he blinks his Gruff, that remakes 2 more?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it just says when it enters the battlefield, as long as it's not a token.
Oh.
Yep. We had I had some fun with Gruff triplets yesterday in the open. I cannot complain about how they treated me.
Congrats on the cash out.
No, yep.
Who you guys started with Gruffs, right? You and did someone else start with a Gruff in their draft?
There was Way who had a Gruff in his first draft to make it the second draft, but not in the second draft. He had a Gruff in his pick 1 pack 1 in the first draft. Yeah, I even
Definitely.
won. I mean, fitting. The last game of the last match for the $2,000 was a Gruff Triplet standoff in game three.
That was very interesting to watch. I think the funny thing to note, though, is we all cashed out with red. I don't think I saw a single screenshot that wasn't red.
Red's good. Yeah.
You-
I even had
yeah,
I had red in all my decks. So my day one deck that made it was black red. First draft of the day was blue red, and then second draft was green red. So red all throughout. Is York doing some heavy sideboarding here? Or is he just
I'm
looking?
trying to look. So he put a few cards in. I won't lie. I looked away for a quick second. Like I just snapped my neck, and he just added 5 cards. Now he's taking cards
All
out.
right, so Adam submitted, but he did bring in Moment of Valor, which is that thing that kills 4 power creatures. He saw York had some big bodies there that he wanted to have an extra way to deal with. So the white is like his second his like his fourth color, I guess.
Okay.
He can manage it. He's playing a Woodland Acolyte. He has 1 planes. He has a bunch of fixing. So he just decided that it's a late game card anyway. So
Yeah, York has decent fixing, mainly black white, but there's like greens littered all throughout. So I mean, like right now with the opening hand,
sounds like 3 colors
sadly,
to me.
yeah.
It
I mean,
doesn't. You just
probably like I don't know,
described a 3 color
seven
deck.
7 green cards. But I mean, he's got a plains, then an edge wall in. So sadly, he's probably calling black here. Can't use it for the splash.
No.
He does have a Traxxas Fall in the 5 mana worm that can adventure on the ramp on the adventure side,
So
along with a Shatter
he's
again.
gone marching with the machines as well. Then
Yeah, as you'll see with the
Lord's
Inquisitor,
Inquisitor.
duly
That's a
noted,
good one.
he did just draw Swamp on turn 2. So it makes, that black on the edge wall in feel a little worse.
So
How's Adam looking?
Adam has he has an Atraxas Fall as well. He might just kill this little incubator here. He's got his other option was when it becomes a creature, he could cast the Twining Twins to blink it and it would go away, which is in his hand. He has another forest. He has a black card, Lord Skitter's Butcher, so not castable yet. And he's drawn a swamp, so he can now cast it. He's also got Woodland Acolyte, which is the 2/2 that draws a card with the little adventure. Invasion of Zendikar, and also Sand Stalker Moloch. 3 mana 4/2
Oh.
with Flash.
So, something to note, Atraxas Fall just kills the battle, period, right?
I believe it's battle. Yeah, but it doesn't remove the counters. So it doesn't work if you target your own battle.
No, I mean, it just removes the battle. Like, you
Yeah.
don't get to... Okay.
Yeah. So if you do it to your own battle, it's not going to work because the battle will only flip once the last counter is removed.
Now, something to note, Norn's Inquisitor, right, was a pretty good card in Mom. That's because
Excellent.
you had so many ways in order to incubate. When it's taken out of its set and you only get 1 incubation and your opponent kills it, this card's like, what, a D?
I mean,
Is it even
a
good
2 mana
anymore?
1/1 that makes a 3/3 that you have to pay 2 mana to get that's still really good use of 2 mana, and then you spend 2 mana to make a 3/3. Like,
So would you...
I wouldn't say it's a D. I mean, it's still a good standalone card. Like Blighted Burgeoning as well. It's like very good standalone card.
I guess in a way you can think it took a removal out of his hand, right?
Like Incubate is just good. You don't have to like juice it up and have other things that help your Incubate tokens. Like cards that Incubate are just good.
I'm hearing you.
They just stapled it onto cards that I mean, 2 mana 1/1 is not acceptable body. Obviously, if that's all it does, but making a 3/3 out of it, pretty good. Worth the 2 mana. Oh, here's a friend of mine, Izumi Informant. I love all these little discard a card 2-drops in black. Always love these.
I find it a great card, but York's in a bit of trouble here with not having access to green and having the worm and Atraxas Fall stuck in the hand. So he only has Shatter the Oath that he can really cast. But I mean, you really don't want to waste on a Butcher, right?
No, this board's looking like it's going to be stalled for a bit, but Adam has the card advantage, so he's gonna be able to work through this. Because he has the Quick Study in hand that draws a card. He has the Acolyte that draws a card. He's discarding Sandstalker Moloch. That card also will sometimes draw a card, but he's discarded, and so he's got card event, and he's got Up the Beanstalk now. Nothing to trigger it yet, but we did see it go off last week quite nicely.
I mean, I guess upping the Beanstalk this turn and then Quick Studying is like a nice way just to kind of like get a little deep into your deck. really not much going on. Like worst case scenario, you lose your 2-3 to like some kind of removal, and you get hit for 4-5.
Yeah,
I think I'm cool
he
with
can
that.
handle it here. It looks like he's going to actually use the adventure side of Woodland Acolyte. He says, give me that Moloch back. I can find something to do with it."
Now, mullet triggers on what, blue or black? Well,
Yeah. If your opponent casts a blue or black spell, you look at the top 5 and you reveal a permanent. So basically, you always get something.
I like how I asked what it does, and York immediately goes to read it also. I'm seeing he's living up to your expectations of reading cards.
Well, look. To be fair, I know he's had some stuff going on outside of the game over the past year. Hasn't played as much as he usually does, but he's doing well in this league. So we're I'm happy to see him up near the top of the standings again. He was 4-1 in week 1, and 6-3 now.
Yeah, he's absolutely on a tear.
And Adam started 1-3, and then all the Mon packs started to kick in, and he hasn't lost since then. He's up to 5-3. So last week's feature match, I think, began his win streak.
Oh, I mean, maybe the win streak will continue from here.
Yeah,
But he did just draw another Shatter the Oath to hand. It's got to feel a little bad.
I mean, he doesn't really want to kill any of these things. I mean, I guess he just holds on to it until something good comes into play. I mean, this
Yeah,
is
you
like
do want to progress your
it's
board
like
state.
such a low value target for this. It doesn't really even open up better attacks.
Exactly.
I kind of just hold it. Like Adam's got 4 colors of mana and now 5 cards in hand. There's got to be something better, right?
I mean, there might even have been a world where he just destroyed up the beanstalk because he's kind of stunned right now. You have essentially 1 card in hand until you can draw green. But if you never see green, you're just pretty much stuck with 1 card.
And even when
Versus
he gets
Adam's
his green,
4.
I mean, a 5/4 is like, I mean, obviously, it's the biggest creature in play, but I mean, you're not, you know, you're not really breaking magic with a 5/4 vanilla.
Yeah, 5/4 is not gruff triplets. We're not, turning the game on its head here.
All right. York just says, "Well, I'll trade these off. I guess it grows my rat, so I'm in."
So did Adam draw removal, or is he just trying to clear up the board a little bit?
Doesn't really have any way to win this combat. I mean, he has Twining Twins, which can blink one of York's creatures, but I don't think he would want either of them to be blinked. So
No, I think if anything, he might blink the vermin later on.
He might blink his own creature. Yeah. Okay.
Right, you are.
I figured it out.
That's why you're player of the year.
I mean, he just said, "Let me see how he blocks." Right? Like that's a fair assessment. So now
Yeah.
the Twining Twins comes in, and you said York has another Shatter the Oath, but
Yes.
he will need an extra mana to kill it, right? He's on 5.
That is correct.
It says ward, and now perfect card on that card draw is a Royal Treatment. What a draw! What a draw from that Woodland Acolyte re-entering the battlefield. A Royal Treatment to protect his already somewhat protected threat here that can take over the game.
Yeah, I think we were looking to Shadow the Oath in the 4/4. I think Chris caught that it had ward at the last minute. Sadly, he drew another green card in Curse of the Werefox. So that's another uncastable card.
I've said it so many times in the feature matches. 3-color decks. This is the when you get all your mana and it's ticking, like it feels more powerful than basically anything that most 2-color decks can do. But there's the downside, and this is the downside. So you just have cards in hand.
I'll take consistency and just winning games because they're non-games.
Yeah.
Then trying to do the cool 3, 4, 5 color. If your deck can't really enable it,
you're preaching to the choir. I'm all.
You, my good sir, are the preacher. I am just prudent.
Yeah. When it's convenient.
We'll have to see if Chris can dig himself out of this hole.
This is be rough here. He has his protection spell that he's not going to get out of. He's now got his questing druid, which he now has the red mana to send on an adventure. So
I love this card.
Just everything's working here. I mean, it's it was a Quirion Dryad, I believe, was the old card that had that ability. A Commune with Nature. There was only one choice for the Commune with Nature.
Wow!
The rest was like
seeing that
grapple. This has got to
Chris is hitting. Chris is hitting the emote.
What does that symbolize?
I love it.
I'm not up on my emotes. That looked like a raccoon getting angry, I guess.
I'm not sure if it was angry or doing the shifty eyes. I
Uh,
too am also not hip with the lingo.
yeah.
Um, this has got to feel bad. Like he drew another planes.
I
Your green's
just,
still shut off. You can
I
shatter the
just,
fourth
yeah.
floor. In your mind, you can shatter the
I
fourth floor,
just
but
stick to
like
my
what do you do?
Zendikar Rising flavor text emotes. Uh, you know, you worry too much. Always have a backup plan.
Yeah, I missed out. I
Where
feel
mana
really
flows,
bad.
when Arlets follow. That's what I stick to.
You guys have so many more emote options than I do. I thought it was a waste of money, and then I bought the Lord of the Ring ones, and I think I'm hooked. I'm on the emote train now.
Oh, I just use those flavor text ones. I don't have any of the animation ones. Those are too costly for me. All right, Shatter the Oath is coming, and well, you let your opponent pay the ward,
Yeah,
and then you do it, which is the biggest
Adam
biggest
is
backbreaker here.
not wasting any movements here.
Yeah, so I mean, this is looking to be getting wrapped
Yeah,
up pretty soon, based on the Gruff triplets coming, and more card draw here. Just and a virtue off the top, the black virtue. So it's just a matter of time here.
I would believe we call this part of the game the button up.
I've never heard that term, but perhaps you'll explain it to me one day.
It's a sales term. It's pretty much at the end
Okay,
after the sale's been finalized. You know, as you button up and leave,
you're
you
just
pretty
hanging
much
around.
prep the customer for the next steps.
You're just hanging around, yeah.
Yes, Adam
I
is.
know York is not one to. He'll usually play it out until his life total is 0, rather than hitting that concede button. But it's looking
Oh,
pretty
this is
grim.
looking extremely grim. I mean, like, cool, you have a Traxxas fall to deal with the virtue,
I don't know
but
what
you
out
still
that
have
would
the
be in
gruff
here.
triplets.
Nah, he's just playing Gruff triplets, and I mean, Adam could just pass as well. He has the Sandstalker Moloch, and he has like everything's basically lethal. He can cast the virtue. He can just. We did see last week he was playing like extraordinarily safe in one of the games. Like really, like he was working from behind, and he was not attacking even when he had had officially turned the corner. York's gonna play another planes here, send in the rat, and
Chris will send the GGs. I mean,
we're gonna move on here. Yeah. So again,
um,
we see the power of Marcher Machine on display with Adam continuing his win streak, um, and making his way up the standings with that impressive victory. So congratulations to him, and we'll be back in a little bit with our final game of the week.